Good morning to all my fellow Americans. This was from One American News. And I'm just sharing, just like they request, share this information. And before I start, I want to say good morning to all my fellow Americans, especially those of the DAB, from which I am a member, and veterans of all organizations. God bless you all, and never forget those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in order to keep our country free, which now the Democrats want to destroy, composed of criminal terrorists, financing it and supporting it, and composed of it, because the Democrats now are composed of that, communist Islamic terrorists. So you figure that one out. They're burning down to destroy it, and then saying that it's peaceful. You know, like if we're going to buy it, well, there's people that stupid enough to buy it. And Florida, the state of Florida, don't forget to vote for Maria Elvira Salazar for Congress, and in all states, don't forget to vote for your representative in Congress. Make sure it's conservative. They will bring back your country in order and progress, not the Democrats, which are destroying it. And Donald Trump, let's see if we can do the same thing we've done with Venezuela. Let's do it with Cuba. Let's freeze the accounts of the communists and name Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia as temporary president of the Republic of Cuba until there's free elections without communism and Islamism and fascism. It doesn't make sense, and it's not smart, politically smart, to allow people who want to destroy the Constitution and a country to be part of the system. It shouldn't be allowed. It's not a violation of the rights, like lawyers want to say, lawyers of the Constitution, constitutional lawyers. They want us to believe that it's a violation of the rights. No, it's not a violation of the rights. It's a violation of our rights to let them participate because they want to destroy us. That's what it is. It's a violation for letting them participate, because it's not smart politics to let people who wants to kill us en masse and destroy Israel and our country permanently, like Ilhan Omar wants to do, or Rashida Tlaib, or Bernie Sanders, or AOC, or Pelosi. Okay, let me see if I can go to one of these other videos that I was preparing here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yesterday was 9/11, and 9/11. Let me tell you, I went through that when I went on a cruise with my wife. I forgot the name of the cruise ship. Well, let me see if I remember later on. My memory is not helping me at all. And when we got off of Haiti, after we went through the day in Haiti, Labadee, Haiti, I think it was part of, I just can't remember. I can't remember right now. But when I turned on the TV, I was with my wife. I had ordered a dinner. They had it brought it to my cabin. I saw the act of terrorism committed against us, the attacks on the Twin Tower. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like some kind of maybe it was like a Twilight Zone type of show or something. But when I was seeing it, I told my wife, "Can you see this? What's happening?" And then everything started turning around. I mean, to get off the ship, we had to prove our citizenship or whatever. Just tell the people in charge at the docks of who we were and what we were doing on the ship and this and that. Simple questions, but it was terrible. It took us a while before we got ashore because of the attacks. They were asking questions and interrogating. It wasn't a big deal of the interrogation. The big deal was waiting to get offshore. Because when I saw this, I just couldn't believe what was happening. And it was kind of started to not worry us quite a bit. Well, that's when everything changed, unfortunately. So we got to remind ourselves of that because the Antifa is a great example of returning back to 9/11. I wrote down a piece here, a couple of a sentence relating to that. That these people want to return us to remind us of 9/11 with their actions. Let me go put this video on Ben Carson, which he's brilliant. The man is brilliant. I kind of find it funny when he said, "I make a terrible candidate for president." But you know, he was right because he's a Seventh-day Adventist, and we needed somebody. You know, he's brilliant, but we needed somebody strong like Donald Trump, who's putting a stop to all this abuse and how you call it, wild craziness that's going on in our country with these rioters and terrorists. So let me go with this before my time is up.
Which actions by Hillary Clinton do you think are the most satanic?
Which what?
Which actions by Hillary Clinton do you think are the most satanic?
The willingness to kill babies, innocent babies.
There you go.
What do you think about what happened
Bingo.
in Syria with her financing the rebels, which turned out to be the Islamic State?
All you have to do is look and see what's happened already.
Thank you.
I'm Ben Carson, a retired neurosurgeon and a public servant. Before I begin, I'd like to say that our hearts go out to the Blake family and the other families who've been impacted by the tragic events in Kenosha. As Jacob's mother has urged the country, let's use our hearts, our love, and our intelligence to work together to show the rest of the world how humans are supposed to treat each other. America is great when we behave greatly. In order to succeed in change, we must first come together in love of our fellow citizens. History reminds us that necessary change comes through hope and love, not senseless and destructive violence. Abraham Lincoln once said to an America divided that, quote, "Your purpose then, plainly stated, is that you will destroy the government unless you be allowed to construe and enforce the Constitution as you please on all points of dispute between you and us. You will rule or ruin in all events," unquote. These words of warning are relevant today. We have a choice. Do we want big government that controls our lives from cradle to grave? Or do we believe in the power and wisdom of the people and their ability to self-govern with help from a limited federal government? Our president, Donald J. Trump, believes in the people. He is one of us. He makes promises and he keeps them. He is transparent, and we certainly know what he's thinking. He does not submit to political correctness or to its enforcers, the media. He is real. Right now, we need real. We need courage. We can't cower in the corner and hope that no one calls us a name, believing that will keep us safe. That is not courage, and that will not lead us to a good and just place. We must remember all those who sacrificed everything in order to give us freedom, and we must be willing to do the same for those who come after us. President Trump does not dabble in identity politics. He wants everyone to succeed and believes in the adage, "A rising tide lifts all boats." Many on the other side love to incite division by claiming that President Trump is a racist. They could not be more wrong. Years ago, Donald Trump an award for the economic opportunities he created for black people. In Palm Beach, Florida, Donald Trump led the crusade to allow blacks and Jews into private clubs and resorts.
Well, I'm gonna leave it right here because this repeated. I already put a video on this here. Let me see if I can go to the next one, which I doubt I'm gonna have to be able to finish it. Okay. This is some good news here. I'm gonna go with this one, and here I finish. So Donald Trump, always pray for you and your family. God bless you. God protect you. The same with Mike Pence. God bless our country eternally, and I stand with God and Israel eternally. So I'll see you guys pretty soon. And I'm over with this last video. Goodbye.
This is a news
You're gonna
alert.
love
Latinos
this.
for Trump line the streets to make it clear that Kamala Harris is not welcome in Florida. I'm Josh Bernstein filling in for Gary Franchi and the Nexus Network. Now, before I get to the story, please, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you never miss a story. According to Christina Layla for the Gateway Pundit, Kamala Harris made a surprise visit to Miami on Thursday as Joe Biden hid in his basement bunker. Joe Biden has a serious problem among Florida's Hispanic voters. Latinos from South America and Cuba who have suffered under socialist and communistic regimes have come to the United States for a much better life, and they know that Dementia Joe and Heels Up Headboard Harris will usher in socialism, which means suffering and death. Latinos for Trump came out and lined the streets in Miami on Thursday to make it clear that they reject Headboard Harris. Go ahead and roll this clip.
Decenas de simpatizantes del presidente Donald Trump la esperaron y se manifestaron en su contra.
Estuvimos aquí para dejarles saber que nosotros los hispanos no estamos a favor de ella, pero esto parece un evento de Trump. Kamala viene a territorio Trump a menos de 2 meses para el evento final que es electoral. Venimos de Venezuela para venir a votar por Biden, me parece una locura total. Con la misma retórica socialista que vendió Venezuela.
El socialismo es un tema que motiva a muchos votantes hispanos en el sur de la Florida.
No comunista, no socialista, one sign said. The Trump campaign is doing a great job of linking progressive Joe Biden to Latin socialists and revolutionaries. The Trump camp last month unveiled a powerful new ad targeting Hispanic voters. The Spanish language ad showed Cuban revolutionary Fidel Castro, Venezuelan socialist Hugo Chavez, and others bragging about being progressive. Gonna roll this clip.
I'm going to be good to go down as one of the most progressive presidents in American history.
Nuestro gobierno progresista.
Las ideas progresistas, a las ideas del socialismo.
Este nuevo eje progresista tendría aliados poderosísimos.
The most progressive presidents in American history.
Progresista de izquierda revolucionaria.
There you go.
Most progressive presidents in American history.